Hey everyone, Temporal here, and for this session we are reviewing a Bronze Moira. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe, as that really does help me out quite a bit, and I really do appreciate it. Or if you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below, see what rates look like, see what sort of promos, events we have upcoming. In the next day or two, I will be posting a schedule for internal scrims, for example. People had a lot of fun with that last time. So let's see how Gamebuster's doing, if he can reclaim silver in the next couple games here. But let's see if we can improve his Moira a bit to make that a more consistent thing for him. It's a fair amount of heals that we're using here.
Defend objective A.
No one's taken any damage yet.
I require assistance.
Now there's a little bit, there's enough to warrant some, a little bit of puff of healing here.
This will improve.
Okay.
Get into position.
We throw in the healing orb, cool. We're gonna use these guys' bodies as our soft cover to get in. Cool, and we're gonna turn and heal. Not this heavy, not this heavy. Good. Reasonably good. For bronze, this is actually quite good. Heal control. That was a little wild.
Allow me to repair the damage.
Fine, but you're going to convert to healing her immediately, just based on the relative value of these two things. Okay, so we did want to get our heal on Mercy a bit faster there, but that's okay. Okay, he's above that 50% threshold, so now you can go back to puffing, because he's not really in danger.
Injured again.
That's too much. That's too much heal that you're using here. So here we are.
Injured again.
This is good. This is fine. You can hard heal this for another moment. Now you're done. You don't need to hard heal Hog. Hog has the Mercy Pocket. Hog is totally backed out of the fight, and Hog is clearly using Take a Breather. So stop hard healing this. Stop hard healing this. Doom could have justified the hard healing, because Doom was much less out of the fight. You understand the relative positioning and how that changes your prioritization between whether you're puff healing or spamming holding the heal button. Your Reinhardt can get a little here. I'd probably convert here. He is over armor and he's clearly not interested in swinging. I don't hate this though. Fade. Yeah. Just needed to try for the fade, but it wasn't going to matter. You guys were going to lose this, very likely.
That changes my thinking.
Sure, we can go over it again. No, I don't hate this. Your Rhine is Wing. Your Rhine has now stopped. He's put his shield up. No, and I think I did adjust as I commented there that, well, I don't think your Rhine is going to swing. I'm okay. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with what you did on Rhine. I'm not okay with what you did on Hog. I'd been okay if you did that to Doomfist as well.
Fall back. Fall back. This will heal you.
He wasn't pressing W that hard, guys, but yes, he was Wing. He shouldn't have been Wing at all. He should have been at the corner, but hey. Okay. Yeah, you need to hard heal the Rhine, but you can't, so please don't expose yourself. Please go out and around left at this point.
I'm restored.
Okay, just leave. Just leave. Okay. There's nothing you can do here. There's nothing you can do here. You're not going to force an elimination. You're just staggering. You should have just left.
Such a flawed creation.
No, no Blau. We do not want him to Q here.
I'm not dead yet.
Now your Hog is going to stagger. You are usually pretty good at calling it.
Allow me to repair the damage.
Looks like a Bronze Anubis choke, all right. Okay, just leave. Yep.
Get behind! Bring me another!
This is going to be frustrating. So you basically need to go, hey, hopefully we're going to get one good push, and hopefully I can make the difference with Coalescence. That's unfortunately how this game is looking. Oh, you guys do ultimately get it. That's good.
I'm restoring you.
You're going to need to swap sides. You can't help them from here. You want to be conscious of this happening, because now you're going to have a bit of a tough time getting from here over to here, and your Reinhardt is clearly wanting to push this direction. So you actually want to use this window, as much as we don't generally like using Fade, just for no reason. We want to use this chance to rotate across with Fade while we're just sort of waiting for things to happen here. So we know that we don't want our team here. Let's do an example. Our team is over there. Our team is clearly going to push from this direction. Our Reinhardt isn't going to help us get across anymore, and our team isn't going to push for a moment or two, or we don't want them to because our Doomfist is eliminated. So let's use this time to use our Fade to get to the other side, not just wait here. You see how they're hanging out on that side? We can tell they're hanging out on that side. We can't really heal them from here, but it's not going to be punishing to us to use our Fade right now because we don't want to push for a bit. I don't want to have to go across the choke later when my team is ready to push. Oh, your Reinhardt's now going this way. Okay, well, doesn't really change my opinion because even if he is going this long rotation, you'd have been able to go with him behind him and his shield. So. Okay, you did throw that one.
You seem in need of aid.
Never die. Surrender to my
Okay.
will.
Okay. Fine.
This will restore you.
I don't like this Fed. This is annoying. There's a Coalescence in your face. Let's just go here. We're going to here. But from here, you can still interact with your Reinhardt. You can still right-click this guy. You don't have a Coalescence in your face. You can still interact with who you need to from here. You just sort of faded because you felt uncomfortable, but you just could have taken cover. Like, fade is for when you're sort of caught out, like your team's left you behind, or you get pushed hard when you're with your team because you were using your team as soft cover. You just have hard cover available without using fade right now, so please do that. Nope, now you've faded into a place where you have no cover available.
This will restore you.
When you press fade, you need to know where you're going to go with it. And in order to do that, you sort of need to always know where you would go if you got pressured and had to use fade. That should always be in your mind. Like, okay, if I get in trouble right now, where am I going to go? And you clearly didn't have a plan there because you faded into just the middle of nowhere. Fine.
I need to recharge.
That was a lot of resource use
This will heal you.
for a fight that you'd already won. You actually, as you get into this one fight territory, that's when you want to go harder into DPS mode. So here we are. It's right, well,
This will restore you.
it's not one yet.
Korean birch.
Fine. You go for your Lucio here. You get the Lucio. This fight is now pretty won, though. So now you start to think about, I don't actually want to lose someone because then I won't get any ult charge for healing them back up. Like instead of me getting 500 charge for healing the Reinhardt back up from 50, I want to make sure I don't lose him, so I'll keep him alive. But mostly I'm looking to get pretty aggressive with my right click usage right now because I'd like to get resource back because we're in the cleanup phase. Don't need to be healing this hard. In fact, want to be looking hard for this Sigma to drain off of.
I need to recharge. This will heal you.
Good heal orb timing. Or, you know, like that's when you want to use it between fights like this. Right click, right click. Right, you got a priority to keep your Mercy alive there, but other than that, good. You want to look for that right click there. What do you mean that's a good idea, actually? Most of my ideas are brilliant. Don't act like that's an exception. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I know that you know, not meaning anything. I just have to be. Okay. Press X. Literally just press X. Your whole team is fine except for your hog, and your hog's not in that big of a danger. So, like, press X, get Mercy to heal you. Because your other option is to orb yourself, or to wait for that health pack, and I don't want to do either of those, so press X. There's nothing wrong as a support with getting your other support's attention. I promise. In fact, I highly recommend it. Yeah. I don't remember doing that, Blah. I don't remember doing that.
Tearing the damage. Strength flows.
We're in the junk. That should never happen.
Tell me how this feels.
You get that.
Defined their get into position.
You can hear the ult line. You can hear the ult line and you have Fade. Shouldn't get caught by it. Shouldn't happen.
Allow me to repair the damage.
You can react to the shadow with Fade, I promise. Fortunately, he was far enough away not to be a danger.
0-2. Switching sides. Initiating match. Ready.
Let me get you patched up.
I am
Once the missions,
Ready for battle.
messing
The true struggle is for the superiority.
It's true. Jumbo would have found that fire strike. Oh, now we get orb replay bugs. That's new. Okay.
4, 3.
What is this, like a high school graduation? Everyone is volleyballing the healing orbs around? Okay.
1. Attackers
the
in
power of destruction.
Defend objective A.
Hurry
Support
up,
partners to the Mercy. Mm-hmm. It's more, that's more spurt healing than you need. Mm-hmm.
Get into position.
I'm not really convinced you want that healing orb. Don't do this. There's a Hanzo on the other team. Why are you here? Mercy can easily get this hog. You do not need to be out here in front of your Rhine worried about this hog when you just opened up a chance for yourself to get Hanzo'd, for yourself to get halt slammed. Like, there isn't a good reason to be here. You wanted to be here. Here was fine. You were in the right place. It was boring, but you were in the right place before. Again, I don't really like that heal orb timing. There's not much over there that you need to heal orb, and I'd rather you actually throw out a heal orb defensively when the ball slammed you, for example, because that's more likely to be a real attack.
I'm under attack.
Okay. I really don't love this. I'd even prefer that you fade and end up playing back here with your tanks and then go, we're going to win it. Your tanks are clearly committed, so you fade, it's safe to fade across to get here, and then you heal from here. I don't like this walking across open. You're not really protected up here. They can get on you with their Junkrat, with their Orisa, with their Hanzo. Like, okay, not their Hanzo, but like, I don't love you walking across like this. I really would have rather you'd fade across the open space that was dangerous and heal from back here because they're not going to push through and get you. You're not going to need your fade again, but you can interact with your tanks.
I cast this forth.
Thank you.
You don't have a healing orb right now. You can hard heal this.
Not yet.
You don't have hard heal to use. Okay. Do you know where you're going with this fade to get out? No. So this is you falling victim to, you pressed fade because you got scared, but you had no idea where you were going to go. You were going to actually, if you wanted, be able to fade and get yourself over to here, and then keep running if you had to. But this is a place you can theoretically enforce from. You also could have tried to go, hey, I'm going to go up here, maybe I'm going to fade, get myself up here, and then play from here. But you just didn't know where you were going when you pressed the button, and there's not time to make that decision after you press the button. You need to you just need to constantly be aware of, if I get pushed right now, where's my cover I can get to, and do I need fade to get to it? If I'm pressing fade, where am I going?
I'm on fire.
There was a flaw in my
Anyone want a
approach.
piece of me?
Fading a pile drive, not unless there's more coming with it. Just a pile drive, you don't need to. You could fade if you see that like a pile drive plus Winston jump plus Genji are all coming in. You could fade a real dive, but just a pile drive, you don't necessarily need to. If it's a coordinated pile drive where it's like, hey, pile drive, and then there's a mercy boosted Ashe that you're going to be thrown into the range of, yeah, you might have to fade that. But I'm not too worried about that in this game.
Way.
And also, you know, if he's standing here and he gets pile drove, okay, he's still not visible. Even if the ball hit his thing here and the pile drive sends him up over here, an Ashe still can't see him, so that's fine. So just the pile drive, no, but the possibility of pile drive and other things, sure, that's possible.
This will heal you.
Okay.
Tell me how this feels.
Okay, and now you're on the Moira. You need to be on point while you're doing this. You need to be on point while you're doing this. Yeah, you knew you weren't actually going to stop that, so you did need to be on point so that you were at least buying a couple extra seconds off the clock.
Perhaps a new methodology is required.
Objective.
Why are you fading forward here?
New defense point. Objective B.
I'm not even sure I want that heal. Get out! Get out! Get out!
I'm under attack.
Okay, you're gonna have to stabilize with Coalescence in a second. Okay, you need to Coalescence right now. You should remove Junkrat from the game.
Your body decays.
Maybe that's not Junkrat. Who is that? Hanzo, excuse me. Yeah, you need to be Coalescencing right now.
Surrender to my will.
Stop.
Heal me.
You seem in need of aid. I need to recharge.
So, this is mostly between fight healing.
You seem in need
I
of
actually
aid.
wouldn't even bother with the healing of this Doomfist here. You see you've got 40% resource. and you've gone down to less than 10% resource here, and it's just not worth it. The next fight is going to be quite a bit away. You should have just thrown a heal orb at this. You literally just threw a heal orb at this Doomfist and say, I'm going to let that do most of the healing. Usually you wouldn't make that trade, but you know that you've got time before the next fight, and this time is not going to be enough for your resource to get back up from here to here. In fact, this time probably wouldn't even have been enough for your pre-Doomfist healing resource to get from here to here. It would probably be like here before the next fight. So you wanted to use a healing orb because you will have time to get your healing orb back. Hope that makes sense.
I need to recharge. This will restore
For
you.
Hog. What was for Hog? I don't know what was for Hog. Sorry, Game Buster. That's out of context for me.
I need to recharge.
Where does it help?
Oh, you have your healing orb out here for Hog. Yeah. I'm not too worried about them making a real push right now, so. Yeah, got it. Yeah, Hog did get fast respawn, which is why I wasn't interested in you fading forward to go get him. If I didn't explain that well enough, I apologize. But yes, I wasn't worried about the Hog because he'll get fast respawn if he goes down, and that's why I wasn't even necessarily interested in healing him. I didn't want to actually risk keeping him alive long enough that he wouldn't get fast spawn. Oh, did I got distracted talking? Oh, got it. Yeah, that worked out well. You opened the angle a little more than I'd have liked while working on the ball here. You could have continued to work on him here with a little more cover against this, but that was some nice charge. Put it away. Good.
The power of destruction. I'm restoring you.
Okay, that's bad. You can't be out here. You can't be out here. You just lost your mercy. They're likely to push.
Get into position.
Heal. Hard heal. Hard heal. Hard heal. This is a ton of cleave. Good.
Get into position.
Heal. Hard heal right now. Hard heal. Hard heal. You will have your ult in no time. That could have gone completely differently. You heal, you get your ult, you immediately coalescence, and you try to destroy their supercharger with it while keeping your tanks alive. Like, yes, it was going to always be a tight thing, but this was a possibility that is now not on the table. By the way, you have to fade this. You have to fade this. You're already missing health, and you're about to get pulled into line of sight to their Orisa, Junkrat, Hanzo. You have to fade this. 100%. You cannot afford for this to happen. This is too scary.
Surrender to my will.
Okay. You get Orisa at least. The trap! Yeah.
Touch from afar. Restoring you.
It's a little heavy now. Okay.
Get into position.
Good. Again, I was saying that's a little heavy. I'd have liked slightly, let the orb do a little more of that healing and your resource a little less. Because again, I don't think they're going to push here. Mercy. 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 Please don't lose your mercy to an orb. You're not going to, but please don't. You can fade over to get her. I promise it's okay to fade over to go get her.
This will improve your condition.
Okay. What a devil's choice here. Do you open this angle to hard heal your Mercy as she's rezzing? Yikes. That is such a devil's trade. Do you open the angle to hard heal the Mercy as she's rezzing, or do you preserve your own life? You probably open it to hard heal until you take any chip damage. Okay. You used to, Kroger. We tested that and they fixed it. It used to be a pretty solid percentage increase in terms of your ability to gain resource, but I'm pretty sure we tested that like a month and a half ago and they fixed it. Yeah, that's where I came out, Congex. You go for the heal, and if you start taking damage, you give it up, and you break line of sight. But if while you're at full health, I think you hard heal that Mercy that was rezzing. The thing is, the Mercy's positioning, the Mercy did have a little more cover, just based on she was closer to these boxes than our Moira was. So while the Mercy was going to take some focus, she did have a bit more box cover than our Moira did. So that was part of what made the equation a little harder. But yes. What? It's a beat. Okay, we should immediately, I know he lost that health really fastly, but we should immediately convert to healing rather than trying to break this shield. Yeah, and then we obviously wanted to fade the tire. Note your low charge. I will note your low charge. It's not going to change my opinion. This is not low charge. This is not low charge. You must have been talking about a different time, Gamebuster. Maybe I missed it. I'm sorry.
My will. We must all make sacrifices in the name of science.
Throw out the heal orb. Much earlier, yep. Okay.
More.
You need to fade. Where are you going with this fade? Okay. Turn. You want us to go past this Genji. You don't want to heal this Genji here. You want to be pivoting past this Genji to heal him. I hope that makes sense, because you want this cover. You go here, and you go, and as you're healing him, you swing out of line of sight. Because you're missing health, you don't have fade, you don't have orb. That was not pivoting past him. I mean, you did go past him in one direction, but I want you to go past him in this direction. And then you can push back into healing your team from here with cover against most of their team.
This will heal you. Surrender to my will.
Okay. I hope you're telling your team to push. Who were you on? Yeah, that was just generic. That said, in general, your coalescences have been much better today. I can really see your coalescence improvement, and that one was, we're in junk time territory. I get it.
We must all make some. I'm on my way. Get into position.
Yeah, any of them. Okay. You want to be playing a little more on the angle. You don't have to be exposed to this Junkrat while you're over here healing. You want to play a little bit more on these angles when it comes to, can I contribute the healing, and just peek when I want to get right click on them.
Allow me to repair the damage.
That was didn't know where you were going fade. That was a fair amount of healing. That was a fair amount of healing.
This will restore you.
Not sure what that was about at all, honestly. That was a lot of healing followed by an orb that wasn't really necessary. Don't chase, don't chase. Good. Okay. Back up the step, good. You have full resource, so you're just doing this for damage.
Pass this forward.
Good. Hard heal.
This will improve your condition.
Okay. What? You fade the dragon, which
This
I'm
will
good with.
improve your condition.
That's full health. That hog was actually full health the whole time because his take a breather was going to get him to full health. Still full health. Still full health. All that resource that you gained back, you had off of Ball, like you should still be up here on resource right now. This is not great.
This will heal you.
You just need to do cutesy point stall stuff. Healing Lucio of the enemy team doesn't help.
30 seconds.
I actually would have preferred you'd faded to opposite side of point, but okay. And it's just because I want them more stall.
Their inevitable defeat.
Okay.
Becomes a reality.
Good. And now you are going to try to press that Q.
Surrender
Okay.
to my will.
Oh. Really? Really? That should have been
Their
it.
inevitable defeat becoming a reality. Surrender to my will.
Boom. You win. Lucio goes down here. Lucio goes down here. Why? Why would we do this? Why would we do this? If Lucio gets back up, I'm going to be so upset.
Double kill.
Lucio was so close to getting back up there. Right? That was almost terrifying.
This will restore you.
Damage orb? Okay. What? No, 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 no. We don't end our fade right here in the middle. We end our fade over here. Not right here in the middle. Bet you want that orb you threw back now. With 3 health. That's full health. You literally just wait back here. You wait back here, not throwing, to get your orb back, and then you bounce it. But, okay.
I require healing. This will heal you. Heroes never die. Get into position.
Okay, so the biggest thing I want you to think about is I want you specifically thinking about your ability to, words are hard, your ability to always know where you're going to go for cover, whether you fade or whether you do it regularly. But hey, if you get into pressure, where are you going to fade to? I'm here, maybe I'm going to fade over to here. Maybe I'm going to fade over to here. But I don't want any of this silly, I'm here, I fade because I'm scared, I go in a circle and I end up back in the same spot. Or, oh, hey, I'm here and I fade and I go out and now I've ended up in the open. Or, hey, I'm here and I fade and I go mostly in a circle and end up over here. You should always know, like, it should be a constant evaluation that is going on in your head. It should be what your pre-thinking is about, which is hey, if I get in trouble, where am I going to go? It's not reactive to think where you go. It's, I already have an escape route planned. And that escape route might be, I take one step to the right, or it might be, I fade over here. It might be, I fade down here to this health pack. You should have that in your mind. You should really have multiple in your mind, but you should have that in your mind as like a pre-planned thing at all times, and that is going to give you the most bang for the buck on upgrading your fade usage, because your fade usage is the weakest part of your kit right now. And that's going to help you out. Now, from there, we could talk about your orb usage. I would like a little bit more of being willing between fights to use healing orb on your team when you know that you're not going to have another fight for 7 to 10 seconds, because that'll save you some resource and that'll help you out. But the other thing I'm going to say is I would like a bit more cover usage. I'd like a bit more healing from here when your team is here, as opposed to you just sort of step into the open to heal a little too often, or you step into the open to heal a little too often. And yes, you do sometimes have to step into the open to siphon away their essence, their resource out of them, so that you can convert it to healing juice for your friends. But when you're actually healing your friends, you can do it from here. You can do it from here. You did some of this on first, where you can do it from here, but you were way too willing to just stroll through open like this. And I don't like how willing you were to just stroll through open like this. So the things I'm going to say are always, like at all times, know where you would go with a fade if you got pressured. Be more willing to use the healing orb between fights to heal people rather than use resource if you can tell that the next fight is 7 to 10 seconds away at least. Even if that means you miss out on throwing a pre-poke damage orb out, remember, damage orbs don't get you resource. Healing orbs save you resource, and healing orbs net you 300 versus 200. You won't always get all of it out of either, but there's the idea. And then think a little bit more about, hey, can I actually do this healing from cover? Can I actually do this healing from cover? Can I actually do this healing from cover relative to the opposing team on my team? Those are the sort of 3 things that I want you to think about right now. If you or anyone else has questions, go ahead and throw them in chat. If you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below, see what rates look like, see what sort of promos, events we have going on. Or if you were just here enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe. I really do appreciate that, and it helps me out quite a bit. Question-wise, do I see anything? Optional code if we want more gameplay. Yeah, sure. This has been short. Let's do an optional code here. Fade Coalescence, that would be scary.
Welcome to Blizzard World. Ready for battle.
Ha! Yeah, no, it's a trade. But a lot of ults are actually trades. Whole hog, same way.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds. Ready for battle. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Hold fast!
Touch from afar.
I have found the...
Okay.
Restoring.
Nope, too long. You can see that shield breaking.
Restoring you.
You're not really interested in the suck here for damage. You're interested in the suck for resource, and you have full resource, and you can see that the shield... Oh, didn't mean to get my super small one there. You can see that this shield is cracking. This shield is on its last legs. Like, we don't really still want to be here. We want to already be going by cover because we have full resource, and we're not really that interested in contributing our damage right here. Maybe if we were finishing off this target, we'd be interested, but we're not. So please don't be here. Nope. Don't go deeper. Don't go deeper. You're going deeper when this shield is about to be gone. And now, there's the real risk of you taking damage. You didn't take very much, but you get it.
This will heal you.
And you being up here makes your reaction slower for healing your team, because you got to get out here first before you can think about healing your team, or you got to turn around and heal your team, which is dangerous. That's enough. He's fine. I don't like this healing orb so much because everyone is full enough health, truth be told, and I am concerned that this team is going to push us. Even before your Reinhardt went down, I was concerned this team was going to push us. So I'd rather have this orb bouncing around when we're actually getting pushed, unless it's getting good healing value right now, which it's not. What are you doing? Scary. You heal your Mercy much faster than you hurt the Genji. Much faster. I'm so glad your Mercy didn't go down there. Please don't stand in the middle of the point when they're pushing up both sides like this. You just totally forgot about the Torb there. Okay. Okay.
Will restore you.
We also didn't really want to bounce it over here. We were happy to bounce it back and forth in here. There were plenty of people, including you, who will get value for it, and it'll contain it better. She's not in that much danger anymore. Maybe ease up on this. Good. You're going to get someone to get some recovery off of. Finisher. Melee? No melee? I wanted that elimination bad enough that the melee was worth it. Yes, you get less resource, but we're not here for the, what do you call it anymore? Okay, so Amelia's going to finish her, and like it's important that we actually get this finish. Yeah, okay.
Get into position. Allow me to repair the damage.
Don't do it. Don't push forward on this broken shield. You're not going to get a, I mean, yeah, it doesn't give you resource back as Moira, but it you know, can be the finisher. It can be, hey, let's hit that when they're right in your face like that. It's not a big deal. It was just, it's a very narrow application window for Moira, but you did have an application right there.
This will heal you. You seem in need of aid.
Okay. Again, you can work your way up where you're using this as your new corner. I don't want you in open, so make sure you have a corner. You're a little too in open for my taste. And you're a little too reliant on Reinhardt keeping his shield up. Use his body and physical cover as your cover. This is scary.
This will restore you.
Okay, you gotta slide back my pillar. Don't, you are not a frontliner. You cannot be rounding this corner. You can't do it. You could have been eliminated there.
Get into position. Surrender to my will.
You're up 2. They did pop beat, but you are up 2. And your team is backing up. I don't like this because you're up 2 and your team is backing up. Both of those are reasons to not use Coalescence. Fade. Yeah, so one of the reasons that your team backing up is a good reason to not use Coalescence is you don't actually want to have to do what you did there where you chase deep into the enemy team to get your Coalescence eliminations. You sort of want your team in front of you able to chase, able to do work, and yes, you push in, but you're pushing in more with your team, so your team is still in front of you during most of your Coalescence. You don't want to have to be going in deep like this to go get your Coalescence eliminations.
Help me.
Head for the hills.
I'm on fire.
Allow me to repair the damage.
You're aware that that soldier is going to be a problem shortly, right? Why are we still here? Okay, good. Better. Okay.
This will heal you.
I'm scared. You just faded here, and they saw that you just faded here. If Diva commits boosters on you, bye-bye. Yeah, you saw what you did there. You can't be fading into danger like that. Or if it is, you fade into danger, but your team is still in front of you. Good, good.
Perhaps a new methodology is required.
I'm on my way.
Remaining.
This will restore you. Your body decays.
I look away, and our Moira is
This will
eliminated.
restore you.
Okay, you've got nothing. You should just leave. You're not turning this fight. You see a
body
Genji fight, that's a
decays.
fight you feel like you can take, so you're here. You can't, in fact, take it, fine.
New beginning. I'm on my way.
It might have. I didn't look closely enough because I was just watching him to see if the soldier was going to be able to win it for them anyways with his positioning. Because if we remember, his team was pushed pretty far forward and hadn't flushed out the soldier. So the soldier might have been able to just win it through positioning regardless.
Oig tipper than yart.
Okay. You're going to have a tough time with this, but you're going to transition in. You're fading into this. Oof. And you don't have orb. Okay. Again, a little bit more. Hey, can we play this pillar? Can we play the corner? Can we play this corner? No, this one's too far. But like, oof, we're in the middle. We're in the open. It hurts. Use the corner. Use the corner. Now back on the Winston.
This will heal
Okay.
you.
From the outside here.
10 seconds remaining. Objective
And you're
lost.
writing it off. Okay, if you're writing it off, actually leave.
Payload.
Actually leave. What is this? No, if you weren't writing it off, you had to go anchor point. If you were writing it off, you don't come out here and do shenanigans and get their attention. You're not going to get a pick. You just leave. No, no, no.
Heads up.
No high
I need
ground?
assistance.
Oh, up here? Yeah, I mean, yes, taking high ground would have been helpful. Yes, that's a thing that we could have done. Sure, we could have gone over here and played high ground, Moira. I thought you were referring to the earlier high ground back here with the soldier comment where their soldier had gone around and taken high ground and our team was mostly playing here where he had the option to just make them very unhappy from above and behind. Okay.
Allow me to repair the damage. Surrender.
What? 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 Excuse me? Excuse me? No?
You are advised to move behind.
It's still an option though, Gamebuster. Like you can do the, hey, I'm here and I get to play around this boat thing, and like if they're here with their hit scans and such, you just go, I'm healing my buddy that's right here. I'm healing my Reinhardt, my Orisa that's right here, and they can't really see me. And if they come up, you just go, oh, if you're over here and you take too much damage, you still have the option to drop and play over here. So if you can take it quickly, which you can here, it can be worth. But you do have to have a window where you feel you can leave them alone for 2 seconds to get up here. And I understand if you feel like that window didn't exist. That said, that coalescence just happened. And
On this.
Get into position. This will restore you.
behind my barrier. Welcome to
I will re-push forward.
Are we just gonna lose second by not taking high ground? Team. Reaper cares.
I'm restoring you.
Reaper can't do everything by himself. Unfortunate. Reaper can't take on, what was it? Soldier and Diva and Lucio by himself. Unfortunate. By the way, you guys should hard push and run over the front line right now.
Get into position.
60 seconds remaining.
Hurry out.
No, you weren't supposed to go alone up there. I was disappointed in your team, not you there. There's more you can do exactly playing here, where you've got this
Fall back.
pillar protecting you while your team does work, but yeah. Interesting. Let's damage the Diva.
Heroes never die.
Heal the Reaper. Damage the Diva.
Your power is mine.
Okay, you see the soldier up there? Please take cover relative to him. You need to constantly be aware that this high ground is a threat if your team's not going to play for it, and you need to think, how am I going to have cover relevant to it? Am I going to play over here for cover relevant to it? Am I going to play over here where I have the option to use this as cover against both? What are you going to do? Playing here, you can get separated if your team falls back, but you have fade, so you're probably okay with that. Playing over here, you can sort of get high ground against cover, but you don't have any good cover against them. And if you come back to use the payload as cover, the high ground has you. So this is probably right for you as Moira specifically.
Going to the ledge.
Enemy visual confirmed. 30 seconds remaining.
Don't spend this much resource. Okay, you can heal your Mercy though. Okay. Fine.
Our inevitable victory beckons.
We still need you.
Okay. I can live with that.
Complete.
I can live with that.
Clearing the area.
Score.
Then it looks like you guys have a fast attack. Yeah, let's just go through the speed mode.
Science
Ready
will
for
reveal
battle. Ready for battle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Oh, I know you win this. I mean, I can tell by the time left in the replay that you clearly win this.
power of destruction.
You guys are going to steamroll them. They can't win more than one team fight here, surely. Careful with your positioning.
Join with me.
I don't really like how much you're leading yourself over here, because you know this is where the enemy team is pushing from, and they could be flanked through here and been a pain in your neck. I want you to play this more with your cover relevant to the enemies.
Join with me. This will restore you. Toig Tifnyak.
Okay,
This
this
will
is
heal
fine. You're using the damage orb power vast, or the healing orb power vast. That's good.
I'm restoring you. Get into position.
Objective A captured.
I'm on fire.
Escort the
Push
payload.
forward. Push forward.
You don't get to do that. You don't get to drag. You don't get to drag your tanks along as a Moira, as a Mercy, etc. The yellow mist is not a better leash for pulling them along than the Mercy beam, sadly. The replay viewer is just not happy right now. We're getting Moira orbs, we're getting Orisa halts. At least they fixed the bug where I don't get stuck in slow-mo mode when I change the speed anymore, but this is not happy.
This will restore you.
Where's your cover? Where's your cover?
Payload is
This was not the
approaching
place to
its
fade to.
destination.
You seem in need of aid.
Okay. So I'm not actually going to give you new focus goals on this one. I think I already gave you 3 strong focus goals that are going to be more helpful than what I'd give you from this. So we're going to keep your 3 focus goals the same, but we did go through this. We commented on some more micro stuff that you can see. We commented on some of your, hey, use the cover a little bit better type stuff that we saw in the last thing. We commented a bit on, you can't drag the tank along. We commented a bit on your fade use. I'm not going to change your 3 priorities. So work those through one at a time to get your improvements. I'm really happy with what we've seen in terms of your coalescence use improvement, in terms of your pivoting away from this DPS Moira and back to this healing, some of the puff healing. I'd like to replace some of that puff healing between fights with that heal orb usage, but that's, good stuff that we have here. We're building a strong Moira. This is going to easily find itself right back into a stable silver, no problem. Okay. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe, as that really does help me out quite a bit. Or if you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below, see what rates look like, see what sort of promos, events we have going on, all that good stuff. And now I am going to do some off-stream stuff. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks. Temporal out.